Great, thank you.
We'll start in 18 seconds. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing okay. Doing okay, actually waiting on the HVAC repairman. So if I have to leave quickly, they're showing up.
Okay, it's 10 a.m. Welcome everyone for the District 16 Club Excellence Series, your AI coach. Today we are having two guests. One of them is going to present and another is going to facilitate. Our Toastmaster facilitator, Ainur Shamkhelova. She is a Toastmaster from Praxis Club, Vice President of Public Relations, District 16. Also Toastmaster in Kazakhstan, District 108. Currently, she is the Yoodli Ambassador for District 108. The current year, she's the best Yoodli Ambassador, first one to achieve that. She also runs a podcast about Yoodli project, which is free platform for any Toastmaster member. Please welcome Toastmaster Ainur Shamkhelova.
Thank you very much for a lovely introduction, Mr. Pravin. Hello, everyone. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, can you open your cameras and type to chat box which club do you belong, which country, and which district? Yes, I can see Cindy. Open camera. Thank you, Mr. Ram. District 20, I'm based in Bahrain. Mr. Khalid Jalal, wow. Philip 66, Club USA, District 16. Joining from Guyana, District 81, wow. From different district. And the supporters, Mr. Cajetan, that's great. Malaysia, wow. District 87, wow. I'm glad to see all of you from different districts, clubs, downtown, OKC, Oklahoma, USA. That's great, from our districts. So, thank you for reacting. Let me show you the ground rules. Please mute your microphone during the seminar and type your questions during the seminar into chat box. You can exit safely without disturbing others. Of course, we are here to improve our public speaking skills. So, today, our guest will show you a miracle artificial intelligence tool called Yoodli. And let me allow to introduce our guest speaker. So, he has 20 years in management experience. Background is software development and IT project. Last 15 years, positions is research and development manager, general manager. He is very active person in Toastmasters. Since COVID time, he started to run a YouTube channel, which calls Tech Toastmasters, where you can find a lot of information about Toastmasters, branding, even the OBS virtual cam, where you see on my screen. And this is my second time where I'm using it and practicing it. And I invite all of you to use OBS virtual cam, as this is more professional with PowerPoint. So, He has a DTM certified trainer sportsman in different types of sports, like certified kettlebell channel, and then welcome to District 16, DTM Mr. Cajetan. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Thank you, Ainur, for that very interesting introduction. And I applaud your use of OBS Studio to create that professional kind of presentation that you did. And it does help whenever, if you're a trainer and you want to do, especially if you want to share some bullet points and not screen sharing, then OBS Studio really allows you to do that smart things that you just saw Ainur do. But today we are not talking about OBS Studio. Today here we are focusing on artificial intelligence and how it might help us in many things. Today specifically, how it might help us in becoming better public speakers. I was attending a technology fair 2 weeks ago in Dubai, and there were like thousands of exhibitors from all over the world. And the word artificial intelligence was there on every booth. Whether the product has artificial intelligence or not, everyone is trying to leverage artificial intelligence today. And the mantra was not that artificial intelligence will replace humans. Everyone is trying to say people using artificial intelligence will replace people not using artificial intelligence. And that seemed to be the message that is going around right now. Whether that is true or no is a debatable topic. But we have seen tremendous progress in the last 2 years as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. It is not something new, by the way. I bought my Alexa, and I'm sure most of you all have Alexa in your homes, 10 years ago, and I have them all over the house. And they are artificial intelligence because they can understand what you're saying and respond in a very nice way to your queries. But what has happened in the last 2 years? What's the thing that really changed? What made a small company called NVIDIA, which was like a technology company, the most valuable company in the world, recently surpassing Apple, trillions of dollars of worth? What made that company what it is in just 2 years? I would like you all to tell me what is this change that has happened in the last 2 years as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. And you can unmute yourself and also share your thoughts. My volume, if I hope, is better now. Okay.
Anybody can tell?
Yeah, Mohammed, you wanted to say something?
For me, I don't think that NVIDIA was a small company, but as I know, it was their video card computational capabilities.
Yes, yeah, it was not a small, but it is surpassing a company like Apple in 2 years. So what I meant to say is, what is the what has changed in the world in the last 2 years as far as artificial intelligence is concerned? Because that's our topic today, by the way. And that is essentially machine learning as teaching machines how to think in a human way. Generative AI is the term that is used frequently, where you give lots and lots of data to the machines, and based on that data, they learn. So generative AI has really changed the way we look at how machines can help us in our journey. And today we are focusing on how that machine learning can help us become better public speakers. Specifically, this tool that I'm going to talk about, Yoodli, and that also started around 2 years ago. Just when ChatGPT was launched, Yoodli was based off on the similar technology, generative AI. So how many of you all have actually gone to your Toastmasters profile, scrolled down and saw, oh, there is Yoodli, and then gone into Yoodli and used it? Raise your hands if you'll have. So Tashi has used it. Has everyone used it? Okay, Ravan has used it, or I assume so. Or at least you are aware that Toastmasters and Yoodli had a collaboration 2 years ago, and Toastmasters management or the board basically said, yeah, that looks like a good idea. If something helps us to become better public speakers, then why not? And so a free version of Yoodli was created. And today I'm going to sort of demonstrate to you how you can leverage Yoodli to become, to improve your public speaking. So let's dive into it. Let me share my screen. And sound. All right, so Praveen, if you can manage the muting and unmuting or make me the co-host so I can basically control the security of the participants. Okay. I hope all of you all can see my screen, and I will switch to Toastmasters website. As you can see, if once you log into your Toastmasters profile and you go to your home, and if you scroll down, you will find that there is a option here for us to access Yoodli. And this is essentially the free version of Yoodli. You can also access Yoodli through another place called yoodli.ai. Now this is the public version of Yoodli, and here if you go to yoodli.ai, this is where non-Toastmasters can go and explore Yoodli. And essentially this is not a free version because they have a paid version where you can subscribe and pay, for example, $8 per month or $20, or you can use a free version, but it has very limited features. You can only practice for 5 times in a month. So I'm going to focus more today on the Toastmasters version of Yoodli because that, at least as of now, is still free. You can practice as much as you want. So if you come to your Toastmasters profile and you scroll down and you click on Yoodli, it will take you to the Toastmasters Yoodli version, which, as I said, is completely free. And this is what you should get. So you can see all your speeches that you have recorded and practiced in the past, or you can click and say practice, and then you can practice presentation or even a table topic. Table topic is the Yoodli will give you a topic to speak on any subject. You speak for 1 to 2 minutes and it will give you feedback. So essentially we are now using artificial intelligence, or Yoodli here in this case, to help us improve our public speaking. You can ask me, how can it do that? How can a computer program tell us how to speak better? Is it a replacement for a speech evaluator in a club? I don't think so, because as of now, the AI can help you improve on things that are more objective. Like, are you speaking very fast or are you speaking too slow? It can understand your words, and based on that, it can suggest better way of speaking, improving your let's say grammar. If you are making mistakes, it can identify if you are using crutch words. So these are the areas it can help you, so that if you have a speech to deliver at your club, you can use Yoodli to do practice instead of practicing in front of a mirror or in front of your wife or husband. You can use Yoodli to practice and then give a speech, and then your evaluator will give you more in-depth feedback. So it complements our Toastmasters meeting. So next time you, after this meeting, go, if you haven't already done so, go to your Toastmasters profile, scroll down, find Yoodli, come here and start practicing. Okay, especially if you have a speech to deliver in your club. So when you click on practice, you can say, I want to practice a speech, a presentation. And it will open up for you a screen. Now, because my camera is currently being used in Zoom, that's why I cannot see my camera in this yellow box that you see in front of you. Otherwise, my camera would have appeared here. Now it is telling me that you're currently being used by another app, which is Zoom. So I can't have a Zoom meeting and Yoodli at the same time. But after I finish the Zoom meeting, if you go to Yoodli, you should be able to see your face here. But that doesn't matter, because as far as camera is concerned, it would identify and help you whether you are looking into the eye contact is being maintained by looking at the camera. Other than that, you should be able to practice even without the camera. All you have to do is click on Start. Good evening or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name, is Cajetan Barretto. I come, from a place in India called Goa. It's a beautiful place. In front of a house, I have a nice, a river. And behind my house, there is a sea. And it's lush and tropical. And it's a very, very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. And then I came to Kuwait, which is not as beautiful because it's a desert. So I did a practice. Obviously, I'm sure you have identified that there could be a room for improvement for this speech that I just delivered. But let's see, whatever I just spoke, what does AI has to say about it? Did I deliver a good, maybe an icebreaker speech talking about myself? Let us see. So all I have to do is click on Save and View Analytics. And in a few seconds, what it does is it transcribes whatever you have just spoken. So the power of AI, the power of generative AI has been used here to convert voice into text. And that, in my opinion, is the first usefulness of AI, because you can identify exactly what you spoke. Did I use crutch words? As you can see, they have been clearly highlighted in blue. Hey, look at it. You have been using all the time. This is the time for you to improve on eliminating it. It looks like I have used a couple of us, crutch words. So it has immediately highlighted, because it knows that these are the type of things you need to avoid. Let us see what else it can do for me. And one more thing about the transcription is that, especially for us who are from this part of where English is not our native language, we tend to speak with an accent, and most of these AIs have been trained with Western native speakers of English for training the AI. So it might tell you whether your audience understands what you are saying. I think I'm quite okay. I don't see any words that it has misinterpreted, except for the crutch words, right? Because as you can see, this is the text that I just spoke. Let us look at before that, so let us look at the weak words that I have used. So I've used very 2 times. And the good thing about it is, whenever it has identified the words that you have spoken, you can click on the play button and it will highlight to you where you use the word. And it's a very, very beautiful. So you can identify, even if you had spoken for a very long time, it's a very long speech, you can go to that specific part of the speech where it has identified weak words for you. What about repetitions? It identified that, okay, I used beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 3 times. Maybe that was not necessary, right? So it identifies repetitive words. It identifies I used very, very 2 times, and so forth. What about the R counter? It says I have used 3 times, 3 times. So you have your own R counter with you all the time. So that would itself help you in improving your speech. What is this non-inclusiveness? This is something the US audience would probably find very relevant, because I said ladies and gentlemen, that means I'm not being inclusive enough. So it has identified, perhaps you might have, instead of saying ladies and gentlemen, you could have said hello everyone, to be sure that you include everybody. This is the type of feedback that you get. Whether you want to incorporate it or no, you might be quite happy to say ladies and gentlemen, and that's your choice, but it has given you that option, right? And so forth. So it has all this suggestions in terms of your language use. What about the delivery? How did I do? So here it looks like I was speaking a bit too slow, right? So if I was speaking somewhere in the 120, 130 range per words per minute, then it would mean that, I need to improve upon my speed, the rate of speech. So it can identify that you are speaking too slow. And this is the range that it suggests that you speak, somewhere between 120 to 170. You speak faster than that, maybe people will have trouble catching up with what you are saying. But most important is the idea that you can collaborate, just like Facebook, because I have the speech now, right? And let's say Ainur is my mentor, and I want to practice. I'm practicing the speech. I want to deliver it in the next club meeting. But before that, I want to reach out to my mentor and say, hey, this is the speech I'm going to deliver. What do you think? So all I have to do is click on the share button and send this directly to Ainur. I have her email with me already, and I can customize the message if I want to put some additional comments. I can say, can you also check on my eye contact, for example? And then I can click on share, and she will automatically get an email now saying that your mentee has requested you to review the speech. And whatever she types, we will see it coming here. And I could send it to 5 people, 10 people, or I could ask the whole group of people by simply clicking on share. And instead of giving their emails, I can take the link and say anybody with the link can view, copy the link, and then paste it in my WhatsApp group, for example. I could do that. So you could ask a lot of people to give you feedback. Right now I am asking only Ainur, and let's see Ainur if she has some suggestions for my speech or not. Ainur, you can unmute yourself and let us know what you are doing now, so that
So I see that I don't know why, but I cannot see the video.
video you will not see, because I mentioned to you that this particular speech was recorded without the video, because my video is currently used in Zoom.
Okay, then I'm going to leave a comment.
Yes, please. I'm waiting for my mentor to give me comments to make my speech better. By the amount of time that is taking, I think she has a lot of feedback for me. while she's doing that, let me also show you what else we can do with Yoodli. So you can see this magic button. So this was, okay, a lot of filler words. Eye contact was,
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, so this is the feedback that I got from my mentor. So she has told me exactly what the AI was also telling me, that I have used too much filler words. But eye contact was something that is not given to me by the AI. This has been given to me by mentor. Great use of body language. Great. So I have now feedback from an artificial intelligence, Yoodli, plus my mentor. Now I am more confident to practice more and then deliver a better speech at my club when it's time for me to do. In the meantime, I was going to tell you that you can also ask the AI to rephrase your content. Like if you click on this button, you can say simplify to main points, or you can say rephrase concisely, and it will give you a version of that same whatever I've just spoken in a more concise, grammatically correct text. And it says, I came from a beautiful place in India called Goa with a river in front and a sea behind. It's lush, tropical, and incredibly beautiful. Then I moved to Kuwait, which is very different because it's a desert. End of story. So this has been now my, whatever I spoke, now I have a better version of it. Better or not, that's up to us to decide. But I can take this and then refine my speech. Okay? This is how we practice. We practice, we get the analytics, we check how we are doing in terms of our speech, our pauses. All of this you can start experimenting. Now, we'll do a fun activity. What's the time? Yeah, 6:26. We'll do a fun activity where we can use Yoodli for club meetings. Okay? And this is not available in the Toastmasters version, unfortunately. But if I go to the public Yoodli and sign in here to my account, what happened? I'm a Yoodli Ambassador, so let me check whether I have the right one. Oh yeah, this is my version. So the thing about the public version is that you have to pay for it, or you can use it for 5 times in a month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and it has one feature here called, if you click on home, it has an option here called Yoodli for video calls, which is what I'm going to use now. How do we do that? If you were to look at your, let me bring this here. In your Zoom meeting, we have something called participants. Right, when you click on participants in your Zoom meeting, we get this copy invite link. I hope all of you all know how to take the invite link. So when I copy this invite link from your Zoom meeting, click. Let me move it aside so it doesn't disturb us. And that link, if I post it here and click join, you will find that in our Zoom meeting, we have an additional participant. So let me stop sharing the screen now. And we have a new guest amongst us called Yoodli. I don't know, if you click on participants, you'll see one participant called Yoodli, right? Now, what is this participant? He is the AI sitting and listening to whatever is going on right now. So imagine that if you had a Zoom meeting, 2 hours meeting, and you get this AI in, it can evaluate and give feedback to everybody who spoke during the meeting. The speakers, the table topic speakers, the evaluators, everyone will get feedback. We'll do a small practice and see how we can get such kind of feedback in a online meeting. And I'm going to choose again Ainur as my test subject. So let's say I'm the table topic master and I'm going to give a topic to Ainur to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Ainur, are you ready?
DTM Cajetan. Yes, ready.
All right. So Ainur, your topic for today is, do you think artificial intelligence will replace humans? Let me repeat. Do you think artificial intelligence will replace humans? Your time starts now.
Thank you, Mr. Yoodli Ambassador. I think that I believe 50-50. Can you please, especially females, it can be everyone, raise your hands if you are using a washing machine. Okay, I see one hand. How about others? Are you using washing machine? Thank you. Oh, I see it. Good. So you see how artificial intelligence make our lives more comfortable and useful. When we have effective time, we can use going to a spa, or maybe we can invite guests, or maybe go to another country. But at the same time, if you are a driver, imagine that in 20 years, the robot can replace a lot of drivers. You might lose your jobs, or perhaps IT professionals too. So to wrap up, I think that everything in life has balance, in positive way, in negative way. So consequences can be different. It can be useful for human being, at the same time threat. So let's see how to make the balance using artificial intelligence in our lives. Back to you, DTM Cajetan.
Thank you. So this is an example of how a meeting goes, right? You ask table topics, you have prepared speeches, and the AI is listening to all that is being said in this meeting, at least the moment it entered and the moment it will exit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this Yoodli right now. And to do that, let me share my screen and show you how it works. So okay. It should have been showing me that it's already in the call, because I can see it in the participants.
Maybe try open new page, the same page.
No. So I should have waited till I saw it activated, but it is there. Let me cancel and see what happens. I'm not sure whether it actually recorded the Yoodli that was just happening, but let me show you how it works. So all of this are my previous meeting examples where I bring the Yoodli into the meeting, and when you click on it, it then shows you the insight for all the speakers that spoke. So I should have seen Ainur's name here. And for every person, you can click on it and you get the same analytics. How did that person speak? How could they become better? And you could share this analytics after your meeting is over to all your club members. Hey, go and check it out. This is how you can improve from an AI's perspective. If you're using filler words, maybe your R counter was not feeling good that day and forgot to track your usage of crutch words properly, but not the AI. It will take care of it, every crutch word that you used. Okay, so that's how you can use the Yoodli in a club meeting, but not the Toastmasters version. That's why I want to make it clear. You have to use the version that is the public version. I hope that short demo of Toastmasters Yoodli and the public Yoodli gives you an idea of how we can use these tools that are available to us to become more effective in our public speaking. So now what I am going to do is, because I want it to be as interactive as possible, I want to use my Yoodli Ambassador role as a way to get more interaction, questions. I've seen some questions already posted in the chat, but I would prefer if you all can unmute yourself and ask the question so we can have more of a discussion about AI, and as Ainur said, the 50-50, how we can make best use of AI. So who would like to go first? Because I know whenever I have these sessions, I get a lot of questions. So Nora, go ahead. I can't hear you. While Nora sorts out her microphone, who else would like to go? Atto?
I have no questions right now, Sam.
All right.
Cindy, you had a question in the chat. You want to go ahead and ask it?
Okay, thank you, Praveen. This is our contest season, or our fall contest season right now. Does the rephrasing function on Yoodli negate the originality of a contest speech if you use it for rephrasing, not just grammar correction?
First of all, when it comes to contests, I believe it's a very hotly debated topic. I don't really get into contests because the rule book has now become so complicated. I wonder whether we should even have contests. That's the first part of it, but that's my personal opinion, by the way. Coming to your specific question, I delivered a speech, all right? AI helped me to rephrase it. It's the same message, by the way. It has been rephrased perhaps with better grammar, better words. But then the same thing could have been done by my mentors. I could have given this speech to 5 mentors. They would have said, instead of this word, why don't you use that word? So the story is still mine. It has been rephrased to be more concise, perhaps more engaging. So and by the way, the contest has not yet caught up with AI, so they still can't figure out or won't be able to figure out what works and what doesn't work, what qualifies or this. It's still not there. It's too new, right? But just the question that you have asked is very relevant. It cannot, because it's my same speech. It has just been rephrased by AI, but could have been done by anybody else. I hope that answers your question, Cindy.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Tashi Brown asks whether the Yoodli works in many languages. Now I know, because I'm part of the ambassador group, that the team is trying their best to do this in different languages, especially because the founders come from India, so they want to do it in Hindi. But of course it's hard and it's expensive. So until they start making some money, As of now, they are trying to focus on using only English, but they have a long-term plan to roll out multiple languages, but training models is an expensive job. It requires money. So if somebody funds them or people start paying for it, for sure they will use it for different languages. That's all I can answer at this point. Yeah.
Thank you. Li Qing, you had two questions. Do you want to go and ask that?
What is the question?
No, I'm asking Li Qing if she wants to ask a question.
I know.
in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're on mute, Li Qing.
Our club is in-person meeting with hybrid capability. How does AI help the hybrid type of meeting?
Well, so as far as the AI is concerned, it can only hear audio. And if it is a Zoom meeting, it knows where the audio is coming from. But if it's a physical meeting, it doesn't know where the audio is coming from or who the person is who's speaking. So it will give you feedback for all the physical audience, and assuming that the audio is picked up clearly, maybe you're using a microphone or something like that, that the audio is good. So it will just give you the feedback for all of them as one person. So if there were 3 speakers who spoke in that physical room, it doesn't know whether it's Li Qing or whether it's Praveen. It will just say that this is one person, and it will give feedback for all of them as one person. I hope that clarifies. Yeah.
Thank you. So you say the AI will correct the grammar if you use a Yoodli?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's
Oh,
one of the key features you can use, because when you speak, it will transcribe whatever you have said, and it can easily identify grammatical errors and say, okay, this is how you can rephrase the sentence, and it will correct the grammar for that sentence or the whole paragraph or the whole speech.
okay. Thank you.
DTM Cajetan, there are questions on chat box.
Yeah, I'm just trying to scroll, but you feel free to unmute and ask that person maybe to. Have I missed any question? Can you tell me?
I think we covered all the questions. Yeah. I have a question. Is Yoodli suitable for non-native English speaker or people with speech disabilities?
Yes. So this is one of the things that I had mentioned as the first when I was talking about, especially me, because I come from India. I don't speak in a native English. English is not my native language, right? So it can, depending on what it is trained on. Remember, Yoodli is basically generative AI. It's a machine learning. So if all of the data that was given to it was only from, let's say, the Indian population, then it would start understanding Indians better than Americans, right? But as of now, all of the data that has gone into training is most likely Western data, American data, because the company is American, the data is American. So it might have difficulty understanding accents, especially from countries like Southeast Asia and so forth, where we tend to speak with a heavy accent. But over time, it should be able to understand, because for example, as I speak today for half an hour, that data is going as training data, by the way, for Yoodli. And as it understands more and more, it becomes smarter in different languages, not different languages, because currently it's only trying to understand English, but different accents. So it will try to figure out that if I am saying something over and over again and it means this, that next time it will figure out that that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. We have a question
There
from
is a
Tashi.
question in chat box. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Nora was
Can the
asking this.
tool-
This is the same question I think I already answered. That does Yoodli in Toastmasters works only with English-speaking speeches? I used it for a speech in Spanish, and it didn't present the script. That is because it's trained only for English as of now. As I mentioned, the company is trying to adapt for multiple languages, but that would take some time. As of now, it's only English.
A question from Tashi. Can the tool be used in Zoom meeting where audience can speak into the tool for analysis, example during table topics?
Yes, this is what I was trying to demonstrate when I was asking when I did the segment. So I asked Ainur to speak on a topic, and then it can evaluate and say, this is where I believe Ainur can improve. Unfortunately, I was not able to demonstrate it for today's meeting because of some technical something went wrong, but I don't want to waste my time on it. But try it out. You can basically bring Yoodli into your meeting, and you should see Yoodli as one of the participant. And at the end of the meeting, once everything is shut down, you can share that Yoodli with all those who participated in that meeting, and they can go and check what areas of improvement Yoodli has for them. So yes, you can, but not the Toastmaster version. You have to use the public version.
Okay. Well, I have questioned, how does Yoodli ensure privacy and security with the recorded speech data?
So this is a question that everybody asks the founders whenever they come to deliver their sales pitch. How is my privacy protected? Now, I can only give you the response given to me by the founder, who's Varun. Yeah. So what they have tried to do is that whatever you save, whatever you speak and you record in their servers, they anonymize the data so that they don't know who is speaking. So, and only some authorized person who manage the server have access to the data. But generally, like, you cannot hack into the data and take it and say, oh, that was Cajetan Barretto who spoke that audio. But the audio is recorded on the servers. You have to understand that whatever you speak is going into their servers, because it has to run the AIs to evaluate and assess what you have just said and give you feedback, because without recording you cannot do anything, right? So where is it going to be recorded? On their servers, so that it can process them. So it is recorded there, but the stand is, and their privacy policy also, you can go and read it. They have a privacy policy very clear, that they don't store your data, personal data, everything is anonymized. But that's the official statement. I'm not Yoodli, I don't have any stake in that, so I cannot comment beyond what is there on their website.
Thank you.
I still have 10 minutes, I think. So if you all want me to demonstrate anything more, or just answer questions, and also I'm fine with anything.
So can Yoodli adapt to different types of speaking styles? Like, for example, can it help both formal speeches and casual conversations or interviews?
Yes, a very good question. So what I have demonstrated today is more about improving your public speaking, your Toastmasters speeches, for example, or table topics, right? But if you go to the, and let me show that to you, they have really improved leaps and bounds in the last 1 year on what is possible using Yoodli. So let me go to the public version. So as you can see, it's slightly different from Toastmasters version. Here we have something called a role play. We have presentation, we have interviews, and so forth. So where would you use something like that? So for example, you have an interview, you want to practice for an interview. You can click on interview, and they have created a profile of the most common type of interviews that you can go for. So you can say, I want in, let's say, finance, and you can specify a specific company that you are applying for. These are mostly, as you can see, the influence of US can be seen here because all of these companies are US based companies. And you can see whether you want to have a friendly interview, whether you want to have a technical interview, whether you want to have a behavioral interview, and so forth, stress. And what it does is, if you select any of this, let's say behavioral, and then it will ask you questions related to that. So you can see, and you can add your own custom questions also if you want. I'm not a finance guy, so let me choose, let's say, software engineer, right? And the question, so you can add questions, you can delete questions, and let's say you want to practice this interview. So what it does is, so let me say next question. So it will ask you a question. Can you give me more details of the cross-functional nature of the team and how you navigated the challenges of working with people from, so, hello interviewer. In my previous role, what I did is I worked with technical team from different domains. It was a very complex project, and I was leading 15 people from my side, and there were another 15 people from the other team. So every day we used to meet, understand what's happening, and then take corrective actions. So when you click next, so it will ask you a follow-up question, and it can go on like this. So as you give your speech, it will analyze what you have spoken and then give you a follow-up question on that. So this is an example of how you can practice for interviews. Similarly, you can practice role play. So you can select a scenario, for example, cold sales call, performance reviews, training, and so forth. Or you can even select a quick conversation with your wife, right? Convince my wife to invest in a Rolex Daytona, for example. And you can practice how you will maybe speak to your wife in a, let's say, poetic manner. So you can choose the theme and then start practicing, and it will give you feedback in that particular personality. So this is what I believe you meant when you asked for other than speech preparations.
Thank you. I'd like to go one more question. Can Yoodli track progress over time and help users
Excellent.
set specific speech
In
goals?
fact, I should have mentioned this in my presentation itself, because it can always give you feedback, but if you don't apply the feedback, how would you improve? So any tool that helps you to, especially a computer-based tool, should be able to give you your progress. How are you doing on crutch words? How are you doing on your rate of speech, for example? If you are slow, is it improving or is it going down, for example? And so that's why we have these dashboards. So let me show you the Toastmaster version itself. So this is our Toastmaster version. So one of the things I should have highlighted is that we have something called dashboards, right? And the dashboards show you the various metrics that you can use to measure your progress over time. So this is, because I don't use it too much, so it has only, the last time I spoke was on October 5th, and today is November 5th. But imagine if you practice every day, you would get a graph that goes up or down, and how does it work? So take, for example, filler words. Click on filler words, and it shows you, for example, this green line that you see is the benchmark. That is, in a speech of 100 words, 3 could be crutch words. So 3%, for example. So your objective is, as you speak and you practice, you should see your percentage going down, right? But in my case, it went down and suddenly it went up. And it went up today because I was actually deliberately using filler words, right? Just to demonstrate how filler words are being understood by the AI. And so that's why you see it has gone up to 4%. But you should see the progress of your filler words going down. Eye contact, of course, because for eye contact, the camera has to be on. But I could choose, for example, repetition. Right? I could add repetition in my dashboard. So what it will do is it will show you how your usage of repetition is over time. Or I could choose, for example, pace, right? So how is my pace? Am I in this ideal golden zone as I speak, or am I speaking too slow, or am I speaking too fast? So in this case, it looks like I am in the green zone, which is good. So ideally, I should try to stay within this. The higher I go, it means I'm speaking too fast and people might have difficulty understanding me. If I go below this, it means I might be speaking too slow and people might get bored listening to me. So that's the idea about this dashboard. So yes, please, this is very helpful, and it gives you a summary also over time what's happening to you through this insights. Okay, so that is your analytics dashboard. Very helpful.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Any last questions? I've posted a survey in the chat. Please provide feedback of this event. I will share it with both the guest speakers and the facilitator. We share something quickly here.
May I add, Mr. Praveen?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, as you see, DTM Cajetan is using different types of camera view. And if you watch his channel, please, if you are organizer of the contests, you can learn from from his YouTube videos. At the same time, maybe for our future events, we can invite him. So maybe for OBS, for virtual, please go and check his YouTube channels, almost 58 when I counted. So various types of subjects related to Toastmasters. Even in Zoom, you can find different options. And for Canva, you might learn, as I'm a VP PR in Praxis, I learned branding in Canva Pro. And because of him, I know how to apply for Canva Pro for nonprofit organization. So please give your feedback and takeaways. And if you like today's seminar, please react.
Yeah, as we conclude our event today, I would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Cajetan, and our exceptional facilitator, Ainur. Cajetan, your insights and experience on AI has inspired us and also challenged us to think beyond our boundaries. The passion truly resonated with everyone in the room. We are grateful for this, for the time and effort you took to come and share your knowledge with us. A special thanks to Ainur for facilitating this event and coordinating between the 616 and Cajetan. Your ability to create inclusive environment allowed us everyone to participate fully and share their thoughts openly. We appreciate both of you for contributing to the success of the 616 event and for helping us take valuable steps towards using this AI. I want to share my screen and show the certificate of appreciation for both of you. I'll send them to both of you shortly. For Cajetan and Ainur, thank you so much. And every attendees who took time to attend from across the world, I'm very grateful for that. Please take time to fill the survey. It will help better for the guest speaker, the facilitator, and also the 616 to conduct future trainings on better. I appreciate everybody's presence today. Thank you so much. I'll be here some more time. Feel free to engage in conversation and share your contact if you want, or if you have questions, feel free to drop in. I'll share it with Cajetan, and I know will promptly respond to you. You can leave your contact details for that.
So thank you. And you can
Ravinder, you have something?
scan
Yeah, I
from
have a question
from my
too.
presentation.
I knew actually. First of all,
Can you
Praveen,
pin?
thank you so.
Can you pin me that everyone can make survey if someone missed up? Mr. Praveen?
Oh yeah, it's in the chat, so I'll put it again. Yeah.
Thank you very much for certificate, and I'm glad to serve District 16.
I'll put the certificate here as well. That's okay. Yeah.
Hi, Praveen. I have one question. First of all, great meeting. Thanks. Good to know about Yoodli. Question to Ainur, actually. I like that you scan me, your next to your video, you have a other thing, which is nice. How do you do that?
Okay.
Just to have a kid.
At the beginning, when I introduced DTM Cajetan, I told that this is an obvious virtual camera.
Right.
And if you watch, check Mr. Cajetan's YouTube channel, you will find OBS virtual cam. I suppose there are two videos related about it, which is more advanced and for beginners. So if you want, you can type to me and I will show you, demonstrate it. And if there are many people want to know how to use OBS virtual cam in PowerPoint, want to have your presentation like me,
right?
Yeah, maybe we can ask Mr. Cajetan to join for another event. But it's very easy and a more effective way.
Indeed.
Because Mr. Cajetan always mentioned that we can use PowerPoint as usual, sharing by Zoom as virtual. But once in District 108, when I made presentation for division, imagine I lost my presentation and I sweat. I got a little bit nervous. And when I discovered Mr. Cajetan and when I learned it, and of course he showed to me, demonstrated, and now it's easy for me. And I encourage all of you for your future presentations, use OBS virtual cam.
Yeah, that's very good. Actually, we would love to use that. If you can teach us today or some other time, that would be great.
Yes.
I know, can you ping the name of the platform? Somebody has asked. Tashi has asked what it is, so probably type in what you said.
My email box, you mean?
No, the technology you're using, or it's
yeah,
okay.
OBS virtual camera. Why I was interested, because in one, maybe one or maybe two videos, one lady from different district, I suppose from district Mr. Cajetan's, lady spent 2 days, maybe 1 day, whole day. So then she managed. And then she motivated me. Then I spent my whole day, but a little failed. And then I asked, of course, my guru, technical savvy guru. So then Mr. Cajetan explained me. But now I like it. And I even ask our past international president to use this one, to use technology.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks. Also, can you share your email ID, please?
Yeah,
Yes,
both of you, if
please.
you can drop
Yeah,
your
if you
contact
can,
information,
I know, yeah.
that'd be good.
Usually this is the OBS virtual camera is already enabled in a Zoom. I guess we need to install some other thing, I believe. Is it some kind of plugin or what? I don't know. I'm going to explore that. But anyway, great meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Cajetan. And I know I look forward to collaborating many more events with you.
Thanks,
A lot of
Praveen.
great insights.
Thanks for inviting me, and have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you,
and
Mr.
taking time.
Cajetan. With your love to the knowledge and very, generous for sharing, which I like it.
ప్రవీణ్ ఏదో ఏఐ కోచ్ గురించి ఏదో పెట్టాడే ప్రవీణ్ నాగరాజన్
Bye,
Goodbye.
everyone. Have a
Bye,
wonderful
everybody.
day.
Good
and
job,
a good
Praveen,
weekend.
for hosting
Bye-bye.
this. Good.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
యా థ్యాంక్స్ ప్రవీణ్
Thank you, Sanjay. Bye.
Good job, PQD Praveen.
Thank you. Thank you, Sachi. And thank you so much for coordinating this event. Appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem. How we can get the emails from the
Chat.
contacts from the email?
The people who joined today.
Emails from different from Malaysia. He asked for the future. Yeah, for the future. He wants to receive a notification about future events.
If you go to D16Toastmasters.org, we put that information in the chat. You can see all the events.
As a host, can you save all these details from chat? Is it possible?
Can you repeat that? I know.
Can I suggest a method? You can just take a screenshot. That way you have the email address that's put in the chat.
Yes,
okay.
I'm saving the whole chat altogether. I will send
Thank
it
you.
to you,
This
I
will
know,
be great.
and then probably you can share it. Yeah. Is that okay? Who all
Okay.
needs it?
Excuse me. You want me to make
I can. No, I have
think,
downloaded the chat.
I
can
think
send
as
it
a
to
host,
you.
keep all this chat, and then we will just pick out the addresses. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll send it the whole file to you, and then you can sign it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.